Welcome back, Guardians, to another Destiny 2 video and another Photoshop concept video of putting 4 exotics on a character. If you missed yesterday's video, I did it for the Titan. Now each subclass has its own build of 4 exotics, so if you're interested in Titans and you want to watch that video, it'll be linked in the video description, but it is also my last upload on the channel from yesterday. Today we're going to be looking at the Hunter, and tomorrow I will upload the Warlock video, so if you're interested in Warlocks, check it out tomorrow. So we're going to start off today with the Void Hunter. Now, again, like yesterday, I like black and red colors, so I made the Void Hunter black and red. And I really love the look of this. I think it all fits together very, very well. Obviously, I had to Photoshop the Graviton forfeit to be red so that it lines up with everything else in the actual build. Now, Hunters were kind of hard to Photoshop during all this because each specific exotic really changes the body shape of the Hunter in many ways, so this one was probably the easiest of the 3, that's why I'm showing it first. Now let's get into the perks that you get with these armors. So of course the helmet is the Graviton forfeit. Vanishing Shadow increases the duration of any invisibility effects. Your melee recharges faster while you are invisible, and I kind of hooked that up with the Khepri's Sting. Touch of Venom. Punching someone with full melee energy will instantly cast Smoke Bomb. Gain True Sight while in your own Smoke Bomb effect. Your smoke bombs deal increased damage. So obviously when you hit a smoke bomb, you can go invisible. The helmet increases the duration of that. Your melee recharges faster while you are invisible, which means then you get the perk of Khepri's Sting back more often. I paired that up with the Gwizin Vest, or Gwizin Vest. I don't know how to pronounce that. If you know how to pronounce that, please let me know. And the perk for that is Roving Assassin. Each spectral blade kill you make before going into stealth will restore more of your super energy. So obviously spectral blades, you can go invisible, and with this chest piece it allows you to have that go on for a little bit longer, have it last a little bit longer. And yeah, so I do like the look of this as well. The chest piece I think is pretty cool. So then we have the legs, which is the Frosties. Frost EE5. Rapid cooldown. Increase grenade, melee and dodge regeneration while sprinting. Dodging increases your sprint speed. So obviously you're going to be dodging a lot. You know, you're going to be going invisible a lot, so you need your melee back and your grenades there too. And dodge regeneration means you're dodging more often. And then the chest piece is obviously just for the super and spectral blades. Then you have the Khepri's Sting, which is causing you to melee often with the boost from the Graviton forfeit, and then you're invisible and you gain True Sight. So you know, that's a pretty badass stealthy kind of build for a Void Hunter, I believe. Let me know down below in the comments what you would change, what other items you would have on a Void Hunter, and that is that for now. Let's move on to the Solar Hunter. Now the Solar Hunter went with like this goldy brown kind of look because it matched the helmet and the arms, the exotic arms. Like it all fitted together really well in terms of color. But this one I think by far was the hardest to Photoshop because they are the most extravagant looking armor pieces for a Hunter in my opinion. And yeah, so I think it looks pretty damn cool altogether. You know, the actual legs and chest piece kind of really fit together in the same aesthetic. Like they just fit perfectly together, and I was like, okay, how am I going to make this work, because these two are too perfect not to put together. And I think I've built quite a good build around them. And obviously the Shards of Galanor also kind of fit that aesthetic. The only thing that really doesn't is the Wormhusk crown, but I really wanted it on this build. So let's get into looking at the perks. So we start with the Wormhusk crown, which is Burning Souls. Dodging gives a small amount of health and shield bump. I couldn't really find any other helmets that really fit this build, so why not have a little bit of a health and shield bump every time you dodge. We have the Shards of Galanor, which is obviously we're going to be using with Blade Barrage. Sharp edges, hits and kills with Blade Barrage will return super energy after the super ends, so you're getting your super more often. And then we have for the chest piece the Sixth Coyote, and you gain a second dodge, so you got double dodge, gain a second dodge charge, which means obviously then you can dodge more than once and also get a health and a shield bump, so your survivability is just a little bit higher than usual while you're playing a hunter. And then I threw on the bombardiers, which is parting gift. Dodging leaves behind an explosive that detonates after a short delay, damaging enemies around it. So you've got the 2 dodges, and with every dodge you gain small health and shield bump, and you drop an explosive behind you. Now I know the bombardier's explosive isn't that great, so let's just imagine that it actually was pretty good. I think this would be a really good setup for survivability, and then obviously as well you've got full damage and potentially more damage with the Shards of Galanor if you can hit successfully and gain your super energy back. Unfortunately, there's not many exotic armor pieces that fit a solar build for all 4 parts being for one thing. So like, you know, you could have the Celestial Nighthawk, but then obviously that doesn't line up with the Shards of Galanor. So finding 4 pieces to fit together in a build was actually a little bit more difficult than I thought, especially on Hunter and Warlock, because Titans seem to have a single exotic in every slot that just works perfectly with a build. So yeah, that's the Solar Hunter. Let's now move on to the final one today, the Arc Hunter. Now this was, I don't know, kind of hit and miss for me in terms of looks anyway, because it was hard to get good looking pieces that hadn't already been used in any way, shape or form to work on the hunter. Now I do like the colors. I don't think there's a shader on the chest piece, and the helmet kind of works on its own, and I think I only put a shader on the boots. But I'm not too sure about this. The top half of the hunter, at least the chest and helmet kind of match up, and then the arms and legs kind of match up, but they don't really match up with each other. So it was kind of a hard one to build up. That's why I just kind of left it to last. But the perks do kind of work together as well. So for the helmet, we have the Assassin's Cowl, Vanishing, Execution, Arc Solar and Void melee final blows, grant invisibility, restore a portion of health and shields, while finishes and final blows against more powerful targets increase the duration of the invisibility and the amount of health and shields restored. So you're going to be using this, you're going to be punching things and potentially getting health, shields back, and grant invisibility. You know, can't complain about that too much, but you just got to be lucky with some punching, and that's where the Liar's Handshake comes in. So the arms are cross counter. Using your arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counter punch that will heal you. So those go together really well. If you're ever in a melee battle fight and someone hits you first, you're going to one punch them, and then you'll get invisibility and your health and shields back too. Now for the chest piece, I went with the Raiju's harness. Raiju, not really sure how to pronounce that. And the perk is Mobius Conduit. So if you activate your super, you can also deactivate it and keep your extra energy. And while you're using Whirlwind Guard, I believe it doesn't use up the energy, or doesn't use up as much energy while doing it, so you can last a little bit longer. And I kind of thought about the idea of maybe tying this into the Liar's Handshake, so every single melee hit you get with the stick, you get invisible and get your health and shields back, so you can just roll through a team. And then finally we have the Stompies, Stomp EE5, hydraulic boosters, increases sprint speed and slide distance, improves high jump, strafe jump and triple jump. Now I went for the increased sprint speed and slide distance due to the melee build. You want to be as close to people as possible, so you want to be moving quicker, you want to be running quicker, you want to be a bit tricky with your jumps. So I think the Stompies really work here. And then that also goes into your Raiju's harness as well, so you can be moving quicker in your super, and then every melee attack you get gives you shield, health and invisibility. I kind of like the perks on this, especially if you take the idea of the super actually granting you invisibility and health regen. But I really don't like the look too much. But, you know, I had to make one, I had to put one together using different exotics that weren't on the other armors. And that's what I have today for the hunters. So let me know what you think down below in the comments section about the armor setups on all 3 skill trees. Which is your favorite? What would you change? And if you haven't checked it out yet, check out the Titans from yesterday, and stick around till tomorrow for the Warlocks. So hit the like button if you wish to, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, follow me on Twitter, link is in the video description, link is in the video description to yesterday's video too. Thank you for watching. I've been easynow, and you guys have been awesome.